Well, a lot of the girls, the problem is like multiple girls are going after the same guys. So the guys at the top could be easily dating 5 girls at once until they decide they really like one.
Yep.
So the girls have kind of screwed it up where they're fighting for the same men.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've always said this, I think feminism inadvertently actually gave all the leverage to the top tier men. Because what feminism is effectively done, people think it's like female freedom or whatever. No, what it really is it gives women 100% sexual autonomy where they are now the 100% selectors. And if you leave a woman to her own devices, she's always going to go for the best.
Yep.
And that's just how it goes. And then you add in other factors like them making their own money, them being educated, them not respecting a majority of men that don't rise to their level, right? They're going to go ahead and naturally default to, let me go for the best guys. And these guys aren't going to settle when they got 10, 20 girls. So it's literally to the victor goes all the spoils. So all the leverage is for the top tier. All the leverage in the sexual marketplace is held by the top tier guys.
Yeah, I think the girls went and screwed themselves with that one, you know. But for the men, that means you better be one of the top tier guys.
You have to be.
You better work yourself, become that guy, or you're going to be left out.
If you want sexual access, you have to be. There's no way around it. Like, you know, guys say, oh, yeah, I'm just going to have game, or I'm going to just have, like, money and stuff like that will take you to a certain degree, but like it used to be like in the pickup artist days, right, in the early 2000s, whatever.
Yeah.
You used to be able to get away with just like having game and whatever. But nowadays with social media and everything else,
girls have access to all
way more competitive.
I'm sure you too. DMs are always full of girls. Like, you know, like it's like I'm not in that game anymore. But if I wanted to, there's always girls DMing and all the sites. It's just so they have access to everyone. So it causes a problem.
Yeah.
I would add though, it's like. It's not just money and stuff. It's being a good man. Because I know rich guys that can't get girls either. You have to You have to be fun to be around. You got to work on personality.
Interesting.
You got to be interesting. Make a girl laugh. You know, like everyone's like, I'm extremely controversial around girls, and that works. But I mean, maybe not for everyone. But if you're funny, making them laugh, so you have to work on being a better man in all aspects.
You have to be around.
You should work out. So it's not just money. There's a lot of rich dudes that can't get girls either.
And for all the idiots out there that might say, oh, well, you know, you could get a bunch of girls when you have money. What I've noticed is like, if you don't have everything together, this is what ends up happening. Let's say you have a bunch of money, but you're like awkward, shy, and maybe not the best looking guy.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is you'll be able to go out on dates.
But they'll be only gold diggers though, and then you're gonna have the wrong girls.
You're gonna So what's gonna happen is like you're gonna deal with women that like are only looking at you for the money, and like you might get laid here or there, but you're not gonna get that passionate sex. You're gonna get
and
like
the girl's she's gonna want to like date you and get free shit, free bags. And for me, I'll never buy girls anything unless I'm dating them for a while. If I've dated a girl for a while, maybe because I do well. I used to not at all, but you know, if I do well, if I've dated a girl for a long time, but early on,
if it's your main girl, that's different.
Yeah, if it's your girlfriend, but you shouldn't be buying random girls purses and shit. Even if you have money, that's just lame lady girls. But
the other thing though, right? So let's say, so that's the money one, right? We all know that because everyone thinks that money's everything. Like, yeah, you'll get access to these women, but they're gonna
be trying to use you for stuff. Yeah.
But then let's say you're extremely attractive and you got game, but you're a brokey. Well, you'll be able to sleep with a lot of girls, maybe date here or there, but are you going to be able to retain them long term? Probably not. So this is why it's so important to be a well-rounded guy. You just can't just have money or just good looks. Like you got to be interesting and compelling as well. Where it's like she's like, okay, like this guy is truly the best that I can get. Yeah. And then that's what keeps women loyal. Like to keep women loyal to you, she needs to actually believe in her mind, is this the best guy that I can get? And if the answer is always no, the answer is yes,
then she's not going to leave you.
She ain't going fucking nowhere. But if she's like, oh no, I think I can do better, and she has that little reasonable doubt in her mind, that's when you run into problems. And that's why it's so important when guys get a girlfriend, don't fucking change. Stay the guy that she fell in love with, that she was attracted to.
And girls will try to change you. Part of it is like deliberate. They like to play games and see if they can test you. I think maybe it's like a girl, they need a man that can protect her and her family.
Yep.
So she's going to test you. If she can start bullying you, how are you going to stand up to other men if she's able to bully you? I think maybe deep in her psychology, that's what it's going around. So they start trying to manipulate you, pull tricks, changing you, but then they hate you when you change.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. Like you just can't change. You got to stay the same guy. And the other thing too, people get mad at me for this, is you got to never prioritize your girlfriend. Like it's got to be you prioritize. And the reason why when I say this to guys and they don't understand, they're like, they say stupid shit like happy wife, happy life. I'll do anything for my girlfriend. No, you stupid. You need to put yourself first. And the reason why I always say this is when you put yourself first, typically it's going to be from a career angle, making more money, etc. When you put yourself first, you benefit. Guess what happens? She benefits too.
Exactly. At first you might benefit, but you're working too much of that, but then, now you're making a lot more money. You're moving into a nicer house. You're buying nicer cars.
Yeah. So it's like guys got to like get the bullshit out of their mind when they're like, oh, I got to spend more time with a girl. She's mad or whatever. Anytime guys say that shit, I'm like, you're a fucking bitch. Yeah. You do what you want because at the end of the day, she's going to benefit from you doing what you want. Because a lot of times if you're a guy and you're a go-getter, it's what you're doing is like typically going into career, making more money. She benefits. However, it doesn't work when she's putting herself first over you, because what ends up happening is this. If she puts herself first over you and she prioritizes her career and she makes more money than you, she's going to look for another guy.
Yep.
Right? Like, her career doesn't benefit you. It actually, if anything, it's going to hurt you down the road.
Girls typically don't like it when they make more money than you.
Hell no.
So if your girl's making more money than you, you better step your game up.
It's a wrap.
And sometimes these girls make pretty good money nowadays. So it makes it tough on, I get it, it makes it tough on men. You got these girls making a couple $100,000, but they don't like it when they start making more money than men. They stop respecting them.
was talking about this, how like one of the biggest precipitators of divorce is if your wife gets a raise.
Yep.
Like, because women don't look at money the same way. Like, right? Like, when men make money, they look at it like, okay, I could take care of a family. I could have someone I could support a family. When women make money, they're like, okay, I'm independent of men.
Exactly.
It's completely different. This is why I tell guys all the time, fuck your girl's career. Like, you don't move for her career. She moves for yours.
And
you don't go ahead and take a pay cut so she can move and get another. Fuck that. And this is why I tell guys, you got to be the breadwinner. If anything, preferably, your girl shouldn't work.
No, especially if you have kids and stuff, you're going to feel like a lot more of a man if your girl's not working. I hate to say that. I know it's hard. Things are expensive right now. I'm doing pretty well. And I look at prices right now and I go, oh shit, I'm sure you do too, right? But we can afford to pay them. Yeah. But sometimes I look at these prices and I'm like, wait, I'm paying this? So I do feel for people out there, but man, you're going to feel a lot better if your girl can stop working.
Yeah, and people say, oh, well, that's because you want to be able to, have control of your girl's life or whatever. It's like, no. It's that women are far more happier when they don't work.
No, it's especially if you have kids, to take care of the kids. Yeah, it's the natural order of things. I think they tricked us into thinking the two working. It's not the way forward.
Hell no, man, because they don't deal with stress the same way, right? They don't deal with stress the same way. They're not built to work long hours. They're not built to suffer like that. Like you are. Like, it's your job to protect and provide. I'm not going to sit here and say like women shouldn't work ever. Like if your girl wants to work a job electively and make a little bit of money part-time, some bullshit like that, you guys don't got kids and it doesn't affect the family, that's one thing. Maybe she's bored, she wants to burn some free time, cool. But in general, like, it should be elective. She shouldn't be paying no bills. You should be taking care of her. Now, here's the funny part.
And then but she has to respect you once you start doing that. If not, kick her to the curb.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
If your girl's not respecting you and you're taking care of her, it's
Absolutely. But, and then feminists will never clip that part when I say you got to protect and provide for your woman, because that is your job as a man.
I like how you say protect, too. I got criticized for saying a man's job is to protect his girl and that you should jump and fight and even die for your girl in a violent situation.
Yeah.
And I got criticized, called a simp for that. And I'm like,
what?
If a girl's dating me, I'm going to put my life in danger and protect her without thinking twice. That was one of the most controversial tweets I ever did.
Really?
Because the guy watched his girl get by 5. I'm like, this guy was a coward. He should have jumped in and died for his wife or at least tried. Yeah. And I got dragged for that.
Are you
News
serious?
articles, right? I mean, to me, I thought it was common sense what I was saying. But so many men were mad at me and like, who are these cowardly men? When I see that, I'm like, wow, this is why women are having a hard time finding dating. It's like our job is to protect our girl, even if we have to get killed. If I'm dating a girl, I'm gonna put my life in danger without thinking twice. And I thought that was the norm.
So here's the thing, because a lot of these guys, right, are red pill idiots. Gentlemen, let me distinguish for you.
I think your views are a lot different than I was told. It's funny. I'm agreeing with pretty much whatever you're saying right now.
Like,
I thought we were going to have a lot more disagreements here.
No, people are stupid. Like, okay, so if you have a girlfriend, I'm assuming, right? Because if people listen to what I say, I tell guys all the time, vet your girl for 6 months to a year. Obviously.
You have to vet these girls.
You got to vet them for a period of time.
You can't just let a girl become your girlfriend.
Yeah. Like, you vetted her. She's obviously comes from a good family. She's not a whore. She respects and admires you. She follows you. She doesn't give you a hard time. She's an asset to your life. She does what you say. She obeys you, etc. Yeah, that woman needs to be protected and provided for. That's your girl, right? The difference is like if it's just a random or whatever, like, fuck no. Like, you smash and dash.
Yeah.
But if it's your girlfriend, like, dude,
if it's your girlfriend, your fucking job. Die for her. Yeah, it's your kids, your girl. It's your job to die for her. It shouldn't even be a thought in your mind. And the fact that I got dragged for that, like 30 million fucking views, news articles. I'm just like
news articles.
Yeah, like because I was the bad guy for saying a man should have put his life in danger. They're like, it was 5 guys. It's 5 little fucking. I ought to beat the shit out of 5.
Dude.
And if you know what? And if I died trying, at least you have respect, dude.
Yeah.
Sit there and watch your wife. For sure she's going to leave you after. To watch her get
it's fucking terrible.
Just embarrassing that I got dragged for that. It showed me the mindset of men. So I think it's men and women are off right now.
I would argue that a man not defending his woman from physical harm is the equivalent to a woman fucking another guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's the same thing. Yeah. It's betrayal because like since men and women aren't the same, like you have to give functional equivalent. So that like to me, I look at it like a woman like not fucking having sex with another guy is the ultimate betrayal to you, as the man because she fucked another guy. Because that's
it's different than men do. I know
that's what she's supposed to do,
but it's different when men do it.
Yeah, well, completely different.
It just is.
But versus like if you don't protect and provide for her, or especially you don't protect her from danger, that is literally the biggest betrayal to her. Because when she comes in, like there's this unspoken rule, like you're the man, like some shit happens, you're supposed to be there to protect her. She can't physically protect her. She's not capable.
No, exactly. It's your job, even if you might get shot or this. I remember one girl, came over and said, like, I found out she had a boyfriend afterwards. I'm like, oh, why did you cheat? And she's like, oh, we got robbed. And then the guy started crying after, and he was supposed to protect me. And I was like soothing him after we got robbed with the guns. Like, I didn't expect him to get killed for me, but he was broken down crying, and I was soothing him after a guy just robbed us.
Then she cheated on him right away. See, boom, there you go. He betrayed her.
And then she betrayed him back.
Then she betrayed him back.
The ultimate betrayal. And she went and sought out a guy like me who was a fighter, probably, I didn't find out till afterwards, but she probably potentially found someone that, this guy can protect me. And I couldn't even really blame her for it, I wasn't even like mad for her.
She cheated on him with a man that was capable of doing what he failed.
I really understood I mean, I don't condone cheating, but I understood why she did it. Because it's like, I hung out with you and I felt safe. We were, walking around the city, bad city, like I felt safe. I knew you would fight for me, and I was disgusted by him. So it's like, it's fucked up, but I understood it.
Yeah. It's interesting. Typically when women cheat, they cheat because their man is failing in something, right? The guy that they cheat with fulfills something, right? So it's interesting that she picked a fighter.
Exactly. The exact opposite of someone that she knew would fight for her. So it kind of made sense, fucked up as it is.
This is why it's so important to be well-rounded. That goes back to what I was saying.
I'm trying to think of somewhere we disagree on this. I thought we were going to disagree a lot more on this. So do you think there are a lot of good women out there? I thought you thought, or do you think they're mostly
I think
bad?
a majority. Okay. I do think a majority. And what I mean by this is a majority, and this is not to say that they're bad people. I want to be very explicitly clear about this. I'm not saying they're bad people, but what I will say is they're bad partners. And the reason why I say they're bad partners is feminism has basically taught women to behave like men. And unfortunately, that's going to fuck up your ability to be the man and be the leader in a relationship. A relationship requires polarity and it requires opposites. So if you guys are both the same, it's not going to work. So I would say the reason why I say most we're not good partners is because they're men. They're effectively like you. So what ends up happening is you got two choices. Either A, you guys are going to butt heads because you're going to be masculine, she's going to be annoying, right? Or you have to escalate your level to a level of masculinity where it's damn near unbearable because you guys are almost fighting every single time. Or it's just you're going to have to become a feminine, and then she's going to emasculate you and she's going to lose respect for you either way. So when I say that, most are not worthy, what I mean by that typically is like, they're just not good girlfriends because they're indoctrinated to behave in a way that isn't conducive to a good relationship that will work for both of you.
Yeah, I would agree. A lot of girls are undateable, but I also think a lot of these can be whipped in shape by a strong man pretty quickly.
True. That's absolutely true.
Some of these girls you could just be like, you're ridiculous, you're out of line, and a lot of them will snap out of it. Not all of them, though. Not all of them. Some of these girls will cheat on you that are beyond.
They can be whipped into shape, but if you got options, why would you do that?
No, exactly.
That's
great point.
Because guys, people tell me all the time, Myron, why don't you go with a girl that's a bit more assertive, whatever. Like I was like, because I've dealt with these girls before, I fucked them, but then I'm like, this is such a pain in the ass. I'm like,
pain in the ass changing
fuck this.
A couple girls that were just so hot. I was like putting a little effort in, like, but then I'm like, you know what, this isn't worth it. I'm just gonna switch her out for a different one.
Yeah, because it's like just because the guy can doesn't mean he will. You know what I mean? Like I can definitely deal with some of these masculine ass chicks and put them in their place, but I'm like, this is stressful. This is annoying. Why am I gonna deal with this when I can go and like deal with like a girl that's not? You know what I mean? Like,